devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang, bang, got my hand. Call
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in to another delightful episode of DLD After Dark. Man, yeah, my apologies for the delay. I actually went live with Jonald J. Crump Jr., and we ended up going until almost 10:30. So my voice was already given out, man. As you guys could imagine, over the last couple days, I've been talking a lot and working a lot, so I'm a little run down. But man, there's some important stuff that we got to talk about. I'm going to say right out of the gate that this speech that got Charlie Kirk murdered is protected, and you are not. Some of us may be an exception to that, but we're going to have a conversation about that tonight. Let me adjust this a little bit. And shout out to I think that was Live Life who used the Ammo Squared discount to get $35 of free ammunition. Bro, I appreciate you, man. You know what? I am going to share this link right quick. Actually, I got it up in here. Hold on. And then we're going to get into the conversation, man. I appreciate you guys coming through, hanging out. It means a lot, man. This has been a week, and like someone else mentioned in chat, definitely do not forget about the young lady in Charlotte, man. This has been a rough week for a lot of us and a lot of families out there. So, man, how many arterial bleeds can we watch in 1 week? Sorry, let me get this link. Okay, here we go. We got it right here. Boom, boom. Boom, just showing some love to the newest sponsor of the After Hours Armory show that we do every Saturday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Ammo Squared, who is now also the official ammunition sponsor of DLD After Dark, and also Black Diamond Guns and Gear with your boy Josh, Fat Tech Josh, and means a lot, man, because they're not scared to stand behind people like us that kind of say whatever we want. So in this situation, Live Life used the link to sign up. He got $35 of free ammo. I got $35 of free ammo. And right now, with the month of September, it's a huge benefit. So I'm not trying to sell y'all on anything. All right. I'm just saying take advantage if you're stacking up ammo, which, man, with things going on the way that they are, I would advise you stack up on as much ammo as you possibly can, and always keep more ammo coming in than is going out. So if you're out here training, LARPing like a lot of us do, even if you're just going to the range and casually poking holes in paper with your cordless hole punching device, then make sure that keep ammo coming in. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. I want to show support to, number one, the channel members, because you guys are the only way that we can keep this going, man. Literally, when I look at my analytics, nearly 90% of the support on DLD After Dark is directly from the channel members, and I appreciate that so much. Hey, and look at that, Clover Tack. Chana member, bro. Welcome to the Kim Light Battalion, brother. I appreciate you, man. And I said in the chat that I did owe you a return email. It's just been crazy after goals, but we're going to be doing a show together. I'm going to be going on the Clover Tech show soon, so be on the lookout for that. I'll respond back to you, and we'll get something set up soon. And look at this, another member chat from Kurt24, the producer of the show, brother. I appreciate you, man. 42 months. Holy moly, says Chana member. 42 months. That's 42 for you Spanish speakers out there, or you MS-13 members out there. Just kidding. Sorry. But Clovertack, welcome to the Kim Light Battalion. Appreciate you, brother. And Kurt24, the producer of the show. Appreciate you, man. So let's get into it. So as we wait for our guest, let's go ahead and get started in typical DLD fashion. So I'm Dark with DLD After Dark. We do a live show every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at about 10:30 p.m. Eastern. All right, look, guys, there's some exceptions, okay? All right. Tonight we were a little bit late. And actually, whoever said 11:09, that I'd be getting here at 11:09, was like literally right on the dot. You should literally win a prize for that. I don't know why I just said literally 3 times, but you should win a prize, my friend. Thank you. I don't know what it is. Maybe I could pick something off of my desk and, ship it to you. It'll probably take a couple weeks. Let's jump into it, because look, we do have some serious topics to cover tonight. And for you guys that are here that have never been here before, that have no idea who I am, again, I'm Dark with DLD After Dark. We do a live show every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at about 10:30 p.m. Eastern. We talk about everything from firearms, freedom, liberty, independence, and everything from preparation to we make the joke. CSOC, Civilian Special Operations Command. It's kind of a joke, but we do take preparation and readiness and preparedness seriously, and we do it in a fun way, though. We always have a good amount of entertainment with each other. And look, with the type of title and thumbnail that we have tonight, we're going to get a lot of drifters coming in here that have no idea who we are, about our channel or anything. So it's important that I let you guys know that just kind of a little bit more about me than I typically would at the beginning of the show. So I would categorize myself more as a Christian constitutionalist conservative in that manner, but not in the manner of a traditional conservative. I think usually the story, and this is kind of crazy because things are evolving at such a fast pace and changing. I usually say that I hate the whole right and the left thing, and I hate that, you know, the extreme bifurcation of our country that pushes people apart and causes division and chaos and all that. But man, with everything that's happened recently, it's hard to not want to look at, one side like villains and look at us like, and of course we all have our biases, so it's difficult. But if you're looking for some super based firearm freedom, liberty, independence, preparation, being a prepared civilian in general kind of talks, then come check us out every Tuesday and Thursday at 10:30. We're here on YouTube, and every Saturday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, we're over on Grumble. Drop the G, you know what I'm saying? So check us out. And I do those shows with Josh from Black Diamond Guns and Gear. Great friend of the channel, great personal friend of mine, and he's awesome. So in the beginning, what I usually do is welcome all you guys. Appreciate y'all being here. For those who are watching tonight, thank you, Noti Squad. I appreciate you guys coming in and coming through and hanging out. And the people that are going to watch this, the next day and the next day and the next day on replay, do me a favor, drop a comment. The most popular is Replay Mafia, Recapitulation Syndication, Reheating the Leftovers, Dark Coffee. Actually, you know what? I think Dark Coffee may be taken over. That's like the newer one. So we may be going with that one as the number one. But Reheating the Leftovers, Refried Beans, all that stuff, all the creative things that you guys come up with, because you're a lot of times more creative than I am, which as a content creator, I should be ashamed. I can't even honestly call this content creation. We just literally sit down, chill, and have some conversation. And it is usually pretty chill, laid back. And look, just to throw this out there and just kind of make it clear, I do not want to be the guy that's like, profiteering off of the misery of another family. And this is certainly not what it's about. But we do need to come together as a community and discuss what happened and just do our best to work through it and heal. A lot of people are throwing out some crazy, just absolutely bananas explanations of what happened. No, I don't think it was someone behind him with a pistol. No, I don't think that this was, there's a I don't want to speak too soon, but the one thing that I do want to be clear on is I kind of had this moment today when I was doing a live stream on Instagram where what I wanted to do, I guess my idea about this was I want to come together with you guys. We got a whole bunch of people in chat. We got like 50 people in chat, 54 people in chat. What I want to do is come and have a conversation with you guys and spitball and talk about like, okay, here's the information that we've got. Here's what we found. Here's what we've learned. Let's kind of, discuss it a little bit further and develop it as much as we can. But it made me pause for a little bit because I'm seeing all these other people that are just jumping in and trying to throw out their idea of what may have happened or not happened, and as if it is like stamped ironclad, like good to go and just 100% verifiable truth. And there's so much here that we do not know. The last thing I want to do is give someone a soundbite and have people running off acting crazy based off of something that I said. So what I want to tell you guys is that the only thing that I can guarantee you, that I could promise you, is that I don't know. There is so much that I don't know. And most of the time, the conversations that we're going to have tonight, the answer is going to be, I don't know. Okay. But I do want to have a healthy conversation and a healthy dialogue of what we think may be happening. Because if we just jump in and say like, oh, it was an inside job, it was his people, they killed him, or oh, it was crazy leftist, extremist, trans, LBGTQ silent letter 2 person, whatever, or oh, it was definitely Israel that schwacked him. This was only a professional. This could have been, you know what I mean? We need to be cautious about the words that we throw out. Now, with that being said, though, I don't think any government agency should restrict anything or anyone that wants to say anything that they want. Speech is 100% protected. So say whatever you want, okay? and at the same time, we don't want to just be inflammatory and for clicks and for S's and G's, just throwing out ridiculous ideas of like, the whole numerology thing drives me absolutely nuts when I'm trying to follow what people are saying and they're like, oh, well, on the table, there's a picture with 3 rows of hats, and the 3 rows of hats have the number 47 on it. And the number 47 is 7 plus 4, which is 11. And 11 times 3 is 33, which, because there's 3 rows of hats. So it's 33, which is the Freemasons. So clearly the Freemasons and 247 is hello, and hello is 33. I'm like, dude, can we just talk about Charlie? Because Charlie was the premier voice on Christianity, conservatives, and this is the thing I'm having a difficult time with, the conflict of even calling myself Christian constitutionalist conservative, because people don't understand. Like, they'll take conservative and be like, stamp conservative Republican, right? And though, like, I voted for Trump happily, I voted for him every time that I could and all that, I just, the labels, like, they got to go, man. Anyway, sorry, let me get back to it. So Charlie Kirk, the premier voice in Christianity and conservatism, was literally murdered. Why? We could only guess. I'm sure a lot of you guys have really great guesses out there. And the limited amount of information that we do know is what we're going to talk about tonight. Now, before we get into it, before we bring our guest on, I want to go ahead and greet all of our channel members. Yes, literally go through by name, introduce all of our channel members. So do me a favor, for all you guys, channel members, sound off, and the moderators, channel members, all you guys sound off in chat, and I'm gonna go through and say what's up. So we usually take the next 10 minutes or so to greet everybody, because literally nearly 90% of the support on this channel is from the channel members, and I appreciate you guys so much. And then also, like I said, I'm Dark with DLD After Dark. I also run 2 websites, which is DLD Hardware. If you build guns, check out DLD Hardware. And parts, jigs, tools, all sorts of stuff. All the merch is up there. And then also, we own a knife company, myself and another friend, Flying Rich, and we own a knife company for EDC cutlery. All of the knives are excellent quality, under $100, and they're all like $59 to $79. And if you're into some like super dope cutlery, whoosh, check it out, and you guys are going to love what you see. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Again, definitionknives.com, dldhardware.com. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. 3D print guns, build 80%ers, build all that kind of stuff. That's it's our responsibility. It's also our responsibility to preach the gospel. And anyway, jumping into it, first tonight was Kurt 24, the producer of the show. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for coming in, tuning in, hanging out. And he not only has been a channel member for 42 months, he's also a moderator. So, my guy, appreciate you, brother. Let's see who else we got in chat. We got Zanti Misfit, also a channel member. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. Drewski, lifetime channel member. Appreciate you as well, brother. Mike McClune, the goon, my guy. Great to see you, also a channel member and a moderator. Don't forget, Drewski is also a moderator as well. And we appreciate you guys, man, for real. The whole community does. You guys are incredible. Let's see who else. Zanti Misfit, Drewski, and yes, 100% RIP Jonah. Man, gone way too soon. We love you, bro. Miss you, bro. Zanti Misfit, Lowen, great to see you. Says week 7, no alcohol and 18-hour fasting, 12 pounds down. I have abs again. Good for you, man. That's what's up, dude. And the alcohol, huge kudos. Alcohol is one of the most difficult substances to rid yourself of. So congrats to you, man. That's awesome. Let's see who else we got. Also, Lowen, channel member. Appreciate you, brother. Let's see. We got Zanti Misfit, Gort. Great to see you as well, Gort. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, thank you. I see you guys hitting the thumbs up there. That's what's up. Let's see. Lowen, Gort, Ting Ting, also a channel member, and she gifted a whole gang of channel members last time she was here. So thank you so much. We appreciate you. Drewski, Gort. For people just tuning in, I'm just greeting all the channel members, and then we're going to get started and bring on our guest. So just hang out for a bit. And you know what? What I may even do, I had a very nice and friendly indie artist make a little beat for your boy, and I think I may a little mood music. So, Ting, thank you so much. Ting, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Also, a channel member. Let's see. Lowen, Ting, Gort, Mike McClune, The Goon, Brother Gort, Mike McClune. Let's see. I'm just getting caught up here. Live Life. There he is, brother. Thank you so much. And he was able to take advantage of the $35 of free ammunition. Isn't that the best? Like, come on. It also shot back doodles. $35 of free ammo to your boy too. So thank you, man. Appreciate you. We got Blue Curtain Burner in the building as well. Thank you, brother. Also a channel member. J Paz, also a channel member. Appreciate you, fellas. Thank you. Fat Rooster, bro. What you shared, I appreciate that, man. And I'm actually going to air that tonight. I think that's perfect for the topics we're hitting on. So thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Also, of course, a channel member. Gort, Xantu Misfit. Let's see who else we got. Gort, Xantu Misfit. Gort, I'm just getting caught up here. Kurt 24, the producer of the show. 42 months. 42. How do you say months in Spanish? I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention in that part of school. Xantu Misfit, Live Life, brother. Who was it? Who said 1109? Literally like spot on, bro. Xanti Misfit, Live Life, Xanti, Ting, Drewski. And there again, Clover Tech, brand new channel member. Welcome to the Blue Chem Light Battalion, brother. Appreciate you, man. Senor Bob, brother. Great to see you, man. Also a channel member. Appreciate you, brother. Tang, Gort, Clover Tech, Senor Bob. Let's see who else we got up in here. And I'm super behind on chat, so y'all just have to kind of bear with me for a sec before we get started. Let's see, Drewski, Senor Bob, Stifler Manufacturing, brother, great to see you, who also, by the way, makes the slides for the glizzies. So if you are a Glock builder as well, then you can enjoy some delightful Glock slides. I don't get anything for this. All right, I'm just passing on great info. Another one of the homies has a great company that we can take advantage of. He honestly is for the price, right, that they're priced at. I guess I got to be careful with how I word this, but they only use all American 17.4 stainless steel, and they're priced super fire, and they're actually great if you're trying to make like ported Glocks and whatnot. So appreciate what you do, man. Oh, and also you can use code DARK and save like 10% or something like that. And again, I don't get anything for that. I'm just trying to show love so we can have people out here building more freedom, and also Stifler Manufacturing getting supported. That's what we do, son. Mike McClune, the Goon, Senor Gort, Senor Bob. Hey, Rusty Crusty Trombone Shackelford. Where you been, bro? Great to see you, man. Appreciate you coming through as well. See Stifler Manufacturing, Xanti Misfit, Mike McClune, the Goon, Mr. Gort, Drewski. Hey, Tactical Turkeys, bro. Hey, and you were actually gifted a membership. I think you were gone, but great to see you as well. Tactical Turkeys, they're friends of the channel. They have a huge presence on YouTube as well. They got like over 300,000 subs, and also good personal friends of mine as well. That's probably dust behind the keyboard. So, what up, G? Drewski, F the ATF indeed, my friend. Drewski, Tactical Turkeys, Tang. Let's see who else we got. Senor Bob, Tactical Turks, Drewski. I'm catching up. Hoagie Wan, brother, great to see you. Also a channel member. Appreciate you. We're up to almost 100 folks in here. I love that and appreciate y'all, man. Thank you so much. Let's see, Drewski, Fluffy Bunny Arsenal, brother, great to see you as well. Also a channel member. Ting, Tactical Turks, Gort, Drewski. Let's see, Ting. I just want to make sure we don't miss any of the channel members here. Mike McClune, the Goon, Fluffy Bunny Arsenal, Ting, Gort, J Paz. We said what's up to you, Fluffy Bunny, Tang. Let's see. I just wandered into this channel. You dudes are just MAGA wackos. Have a nice night. Well, thank you for coming and tuning in and hanging out. It's interesting because the only way you could have just wandered in here is by searching Charlie Kirk, and that's literally all that I have in the keywords. Sorry. And welcome, I guess. And there is very little MAGA about any of us. And it would be probably wise to just, be open-minded. And you may hear something that you like or agree with. Or if you don't, then I encourage you to, continue browsing, or maybe start your own channel. Put yourself out there, and you never know. People may actually listen to you. So yeah, there you go. Welcome, Tactical Turks, Doctor Sandwich Chef, PhD, brother. Great to see you, man. Appreciate you, dog. I mean, how would you decipher you guys are a bunch of MAGA wackos from anything that we've said so far? That we're sad that someone died, and that free speech should be protected. Oh, you know what? It's my background because I have firearms in the background. That's what it is. Yeah. What a weird oddball thing to say. That's like jumping into someone's show and them saying something that's anything left of center at all and being like, you guys are a bunch of leftist extremists. And this is the issue. This is the issue that I have, because right now the entire country is so polarized. The United States has been completely bifurcated. All right. And they're actively sowing division. And it's hard for me to sit back. I'm conflicted by I'm pissed about everything that's happened. I'm pissed about all of this. And I'm on the edge of do I fall into it and just get, extra divisive, or do I say, you know what, the right thing to do is to be Christ-like and to, just understand that everyone, we're all human beings, and we need to come together, right? It's honestly, I'm having a really difficult time with that, because part of me is war, and the other part of me is yeah, I mean, you should probably be a little bit more understanding. Not everyone has the same values. You can't just cast a blanket over anyone, on this side, or over everyone on this side. But then it's that's also the side that's literally. Let me stop. Thank you for stopping by. Dr. Sandwich Chef, brother, great to see you, man. Stifler Manufacturing, we already said what up to you. Fluffy Bunny, Ultra MAGA Stifler Manufacturing. Oh, that's great. Let's see. Tactical Turks, Ed Zachary, brother, great to see you. Also a channel member. Appreciate you, my guy. Cali Prepper, brother, great to see you, man. Also a channel member. Long time channel member. Yo, stop it. Evan Budzinski. These people disgust me. Yo, it's been a minute since we've seen you, and it's great to have you here. Appreciate you. Oh, nice. New subscriber here, sent from Crump, Massachusetts, signing in. That's what's up, man. Appreciate you. Welcome. Thank you. Appreciate that. Lynchpin, brother. Great to see you, man. Drewski, let's see. Mike McClune, Tang, Stifler, Ed Zachary. I'm just making sure we're not missing anyone. Dark Rich Coffee. Yeah, Rich fell asleep at 8:30. He's been sick, bro. Let's see. Dang, I was super far behind in chat. My bad, broski. If I missed you, if you're a channel member and I missed you, then yeah, my bad. Sound off in chat, and I'll make sure we say what's up. Let's see, Dr. Sandwich Chef. I'm just going through here. Tactical Turks, JPass, Stifla. DLD After Dark. Have you seen this weirdness? The shooting of Charlie Kirk, a comprehensive account of the Utah Valley University attack, the aftermath, and America's response, by Anastasia J. Casey. I have not, no, but I've seen a lot of professionals, reviewing the footage and giving their professional recounting or whatever, them just blabbering about how they know everything and they're right. Look, I told you straight out, I'll be the first one to tell you that there's a lot that I don't know. There is so much that I don't know about this. And the thing, look, you guys know, like, I am not like, when do I ever come on here dropping news? Okay, the only time that I come on here talking about anything news related is when I come on with an actual factual journalist, John Crump, who's an investigative journalist who has information to drop, and he maybe happens to come to me, or we do it together or whatever. Like, I'm not a news channel. So when I come on here for a live stream, I'm typically coming on and I'm talking directly to the viewers or to the guests, and we're just having a conversation. So the first thought is like, dude, I want to come on and have a conversation with you guys and be like, hey, here's a lot of weird things that have happened. Here's a lot of things that I don't understand, that I can't understand. I don't know why. Look, okay, let's keep it real. It looks like it, or let me say it differently. It would be reasonable to assume that someone that was radicalized on the left would want to kill him. Okay, is that reasonable to say? It would also be reasonable to think that somebody that's part of a particular type of intelligence organization would possibly want him silenced or gone or remove his influence or whatever. Maybe somewhere like Israel, maybe they would want to, take him out as well. Or maybe, like, I'm just saying, I don't know. But what I would like to do is actually come on and have a conversation about this stuff. And we've all looked at the videos. We've all watched the videos. I took it and I super slowed it down, and I watched, and it honestly looked like he may have had some type of armor, like the FRAS armor, which is the Safe Life Defense. FRAS is an acronym for Flexible Rifle Armor System. So it's about the thickness. So it's a hair thicker, but it's about the thickness of like level 3A concealable armor. You can get them in white or black carriers. You can literally wear them under a t-shirt and they barely show, and they stop rifle rounds. Extremely rare, nearly unheard of. And there's no way ever that would ever stop a 30-06 round. Point blank period, if that's the gun that was even used. I'm just saying. It just okay, we'll get to it in a second. Sorry, my bad. I keep getting sidetracked, y'all. My B. All right, Tang, Dr. PhD, sir. Ting, Kyote. Great to see you, brother. Stifler, Dr. Sandwich Chef. Let's see, Drewski. Hey, thank you, brother. For anyone out there, whether you know or don't know, definitionknives.com is an excellent place to get your EDC cutlery. Let's see, Senor Bub, Fluffy Bunny Arsenal. Yes, it was a 30-06. It was honestly, it looked like so they called it a Mauser. I guess it was like a Mauser Action 30-06. It looks like a Savage 110 with a synthetic stock. It's actually the gun in the thumbnail of it's reportedly, allegedly, the gun in the thumbnail of this live stream. But let's do this. Dang, Drewski, brother. Come on, man. Drewski just sent a $40 Cash App. My guy, thank you so much, brother. Man, I was not anticipating that. Let me get my drink, and we're gonna go ahead and jump into this. So enjoy this little Pride Month snippet.
Oh no! No!
Give me 1 second. All right, so our guest is coming on in about 5 or 10 minutes, and we are going to rock it out. Let's see. The video shows him running north on West 800 South into, what is that? On W 800 South into the city. I don't know the area like that. Have a 90s Swedish Mauser that was converted by Kimber of Colorado that is similar. Yeah, I mean, look, straight up. I mean, even if, okay, so think about this. A level 4 plate, okay, level 4 ceramic plate is just roughly, all right, I'm not like a molecular freaking scientist or anything. It is a ceramic face, and then it has, thin plates of steel, and then it has very thin plates of steel, and the intention is for it to shatter the projectile, removing the majority of the energy, right? And then a whole bunch of Kevlar or whatever the UMWHPE, whatever that ultra high molecular lightweight material, whatever it is, in the back, right? Now, level 4 plates are very different compared to Fraz, which could be the only type of armor that he would have been wearing, aside from like level 3A, which is basically pistol protection from 22 to 44 cal, 22 LR to 44 Magnum. And the Fraz setup is flexible rifle armor system, which is a little thicker than a level 3A vest. And that is, if he was wearing armor, it's hard to tell. That would probably be what he was wearing. Now, from my perspective, when I look back and I slowed down the video, again, shout out, brother, by the way, scope placement is wild, bro. I know the ring is like all the way to the back, and I was talking to Red Dawn about it, and he was like, yo, why is it that far back? And I was like, it could be because like the shape of the scope. It could be because of eye relief, or it could just be the fact that it was installed by an RTAR.
Uh-oh, retard alert!
So hard to say for sure, but definitely weird, oddball, which also makes me think like, yo, this is probably somebody that doesn't really know what they were doing, but anyone could have put that scope on. It didn't necessarily have to be that individual that cracked off that shot. My apologies. So getting back to it. So let's say he was wearing the Fraz armor. A lot of people are saying, well, he looked like he had like blood packets on, because you could see his kind of shirt. That could have been either a bulge from armor, if he was wearing armor. That's not confirmed yet. And this is with talking to an investigative journalist that's on the inside that gets a little bit more information than most of us. And if he was wearing Fraz, absolutely no chance that would stop a 30-06. Sorry, Safe Life, you make incredible stuff. Your armor is not stopping a 30-06. Level 4 plates, they can stop up to a black tip armor piercing 30-06. They're literally designed specifically for that. Very odd caliber that's really not in production. But if someone were wearing a level 4 plate that day, then they would have been happy that they had a level 4 plate on there. Anyway, this is why you also don't wear steel. So after watching it, because of spalling and deflection and ricochets and all that. Anyway, getting back to it, when I slowed down the video as slow as I possibly could and went through it literally frame by frame, what it looked like. Now remember, I could be absolutely totally 100% wrong. Oh, we're gonna get to that. Got a cheese, brother. Great to see you. See, got a cheese, channel member, great to see you. His Mossad handler didn't know proper scope placement. Oh, you know what I'm saying? A little spicy. Saw him courier, bro. Great to see you, man. Okay, so sorry, let me back up. I keep getting distracted. My apologies. I'd be doing that for those of y'all that may or may not know. How accurate is a 30-06? Extremely, remarkably, and the energy is insane, dude. It is insane. Like a Savage Model 110 and 30-06 is like the only deer rifle you'd ever need. Tech Money, brother, great to see you, man. Okay, so sorry, I keep getting distracted. When I slowed it down frame by frame and I looked at it, what I found is that there's a possibility, no one freak out and yell at me, okay? There's a 100% hydrostatic shock is a thing, a real thing, which is kind of is going to play a little bit of a part in this. Thank you and welcome, by the way, Adam. So what I'm thinking is the round, because you see, if you've ever seen anyone get shot or if you've shot a deer, right? Okay, so let's keep it more family friendly. If you've shot a deer, you see the poof of the pelt, like poofing, right? And you can literally see the energy of the round when you especially depending on what you're shooting, right? If you lob a 300 blackout subsonic round, 220 grain standard pressure at a deer, you can almost see that thing, but like thwacking a target, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it appeared like, I guess it'd be easier to see this way. It appeared like his shirt went zing like that, as if he was hit like right here, which would totally make sense if it were to absolutely devastate the carotid artery. You got ventricles in your heart and all this. So clearly I didn't graduate high school. And then if it contacted the spine and then ricocheted and then exited through his neck, which it looks like the neck is an exit wound, then that would have done all of that, especially if it clipped or totally severed the artery in your neck. I'm drawing a blank right now. The femoral is in your leg. Jugular, sorry. So the carotid artery, the jugular, and all that. I mean, if it did that amount of damage and then zing through, did all that damage, deflected off of his spine, his clavicle, his collarbone, whatever, and then shot out of his neck and destroyed, severed, or even just ruptured the jugular on the way out, that super soaker, which was so brutal to see, that absolutely could have done that damage. And here's why I'm saying this. If this was a direct neck shot, okay? If this was a direct neck shot, which I do not believe it was, here's why. For anyone that's gone hunting, again, when you contact that target and it is a liquid medium like flesh and it is a high-powered rifle, 5.56, 308, 7.62 by 39, 300 blackout, up to 300 Win Mag, 30-06, whatever, anything in that 6.5 Creed, 6.8, whatever, 6.8 SPC even, right? If that hit his neck only and did not hit any other target on its way there, that would have blown out. I'm sorry to be graphic, man. I honestly, I feel terrible because this is another, like I said, the premier voice in Christianity. He just wanted he wanted to be remembered and be known for his courageous faith, straight up, his words, right? So I feel terrible saying all this, but I'm just trying to be practical and just realistic with you guys. If it just contacted his neck and then exited, it would have blown out a grapefruit size hole on the backside, and it would have misted everyone in that area behind him. The amount, the violence of that impact would have been so tremendous. It would have been bonkers. Okay, so that's one thing. The other thing is the way that he grabs his, and this could have happened a couple different ways, the way that his arms go up and he grabs and curls his wrists in. I always forget what that's called, but that is called something. And it's similar. If you guys have ever seen someone get knocked out, how they tense up and like straighten out and then fall, right? That is an involuntary reaction that occurs when you are when you have a brain injury or an injury to your spine, and to where your brainstem, right? When you get clocked really well, like a solid hit, and you get knocked out, you stiffen up and then you fall, right? So when you get a massively traumatic injury to your brain, spine, anything like that, which a 30-06 round demolishing your heart and then deflecting off your spine could have absolutely done this, your body does that, tenses up, and you kind of curl up like that, and he just fell. Now, someone else had mentioned in the last show that I did with Crump, which is absolutely a possibility. Could it have been that he was hit in the neck, it then hit the spine, deflected, traveled down, and did all that damage? Absolutely. But me going back and watching that a bajillion times, it appears, because you see the shirt go zip, right? It looks like that was the impact. Then that was the route that it traveled, doing all the damage here, deflecting off the spine, maybe hitting the collarbone, or who knows, right? And then exiting from the neck, which basically cracked open, the bottle for the, sorry. So that's what I'm thinking. Now, I don't know for sure. Let's see. Breaking 4chan identified Sky Valadez, which has a SoundCloud with a track that was uploaded a month ago titled Charlie Kirk Dead at 31, but deleted the track and changed his location to Leave Me. Interesting. I saw a couple people saying Sky Valadez, or that's not a traditional Hispanic last name. Valdez is more of a traditional, I mean, who knows, right? But I saw another, within 12 minutes of, maybe like 20 minutes of Charlie getting shot, before he was even announced to, have left the world. And I know, I don't know. I believe he was a good Christian. He was a seemingly good Christian, and you never know someone's heart, right? But I believe if he truly was how he projected, he was, then he's likely in heaven. And I pray that's the case for him and his family. But within 20 minutes before he was even pronounced dead, there was already a literal diss track dropped on Twitter. And I'm just like, dude, what is wrong with you? And I'm going through all these videos, and I'm like seeing, and this is what truly makes the difference. Okay. No matter who it was, if it's people that are like us, that think like us, that are true, I see you back there, bro. Take your time. That truly are who they say they are, right? And I'm talking like the world of a true believer, of a Christian constitutionalist conservative, right? Triple C's. We should trademark that. No matter who it is, if there was anyone that was shot and killed, murdered by somebody, there is not one of us that would stand up and like celebrate, right? Like, it is disgusting, deplorable behavior that can never be celebrated, right? But this is also the same party that's sitting here sucking babies out of wombs, and I'm sorry, I said I wasn't gonna do that. I want to cast the blanket over all of them. Party of tolerance and okay. What I'm saying is, oh, it's so hard. I'm doing my best to be a good Christian. Chill, DLD, chill. You got it. Anyway, my bad. I was like, what? I am what I am. I was like, bro, I couldn't even understand that. Unit 16, bro, good to see you. I got a feeling this kid was shooting some Ishi bulk FMJ, probably. But look, if it was a lone wolf attacker, whatever their beliefs were, right? The amount of training and ammo they'd have to run through, and consistency, like, they would have to be pretty decent to do that. I'm not saying that this could have only been the work of a professional. Bro, I could pull down that Geisley 14.5 right there and literally just walk downstairs and rest it on my car for sub 3 seconds and crack a silhouette at 200 yards, right? And I would not consider myself to be like remarkably skilled or anything like that. I've been shooting for like 20 years, but I wouldn't say that I'm like, yo, I'm so good, bro. I'm not. I'm a big overweight dude that loves putting holes in paper with his guns. So do I think that this, could have only been a professional? No. Is a 200-yard shot the easiest shot in the world to make? No, it's not like a Giffords shot. You know what I mean? Ooh. that probably wasn't a good look. Let me know backstage when you're ready, and we'll. Oh, okay, my bad. I was waiting for you. And I'm gonna bring on our guest, and then also we got a little video that we're gonna play too. So we got over 100 people in here, man. I'm so grateful for you guys being here. If this is your first time here, welcome. We appreciate you. We're grateful for your time. For those of you that are here, if you do feel like you end up getting any value from this show at all, we're here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. And Tuesdays and Thursdays are on YouTube. Saturdays are on Rumble, so go check it out. And without further ado, we'll bring on your boy, Frederick Donegan of Dawn Readiness, brother. Great to see you, man.
What's going on, bro? What's happening, everybody?
Good to see you, man.
Hope you guys are doing as well as possible, considering the dark times that we're in. And
yeah, man.
It's been a heck of a couple 2 days.
Yeah.
I've been listening backstage, so I'm caught up on the discussion.
Appreciate that, man.
And there's a lot to cover, to be honest with you. A lot.
Yeah.
Like, I have a video that his name, he's the dude who was John McAfee's guy who was helping guard him.
Yeah.
And
Navy SEAL dude.
The Navy SEAL guy. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. His name is
I forgot his name. I've seen him a bunch, but
Jimmy Watson. So there's another angle of that video of him during the day talking, and like basically says he's not wearing body armor because you can see his nipples, like that. He's on the other, someone's on the other side, not the side where we have a lot of footage from, but like to Charlie's right, and shows his whole chest and everything. You can see his nipples through his shirt, not to be like weird or anything, but like clearly that if you were wearing any kind of fraz or you were wearing any kind of armor over that, you wouldn't see those through a white shirt.
Yeah, facts. And I couldn't get a good enough view to know for sure. I'm just trying to kind of make sense of everything, and look, a lot of people, especially like clout chasers, and we'll do a whole intro and introduce you to everyone in a sec, but like all the clout chasers, they're gonna be dropping videos as if what they are saying is gospel. Okay, no one out here for real knows everything about what's going on, and I think it's too early to demonize an entire group of the way some people think. But I also think that I've made a mistake in the past by saying, the right and the left, we're all people, and the bifurcation of our country is wrong. And because there comes a point where it's like, man, this has to stop. Safety Doc, brother, great to see you, man. Great to see you, dude. Appreciate you coming around. Let's do this. Go ahead and take a second, introduce yourself, let everyone know who you are, what you do, and where they can find you, and we'll get into the guts of it.
Well, you can see my name, Dawn Readiness, on all platforms. Good friend of Mr. DLD After Dark over here. He's a brother to me. Appreciate him having me on. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube, my Rumble, or follow me on Instagram, then you should definitely do that. And I am just a man who is trying to be the best man I can be and follow Jesus Christ and be as skilled as I possibly can to protect my loved ones. I am also a deep researcher, and I question even my own thoughts. So I may say some things that people disagree with, and that's fine. One thing, I actually talked to Jimmy Watson today. We messaged back and forth on Instagram a little bit, and basically I just said the same thing that I'm going to say to you guys is like, we all don't have to agree on every little detail of every single thing, but we're on the same mission and we have the same goals, and that's what matters. So
for sure,
it's free discourse, as Charlie would say. Free discourse should be a thing in America that we should be able to have and bounce ideas off each other and be in a public setting around multiple people that we can have these things, so that way we can sharpen all our own arguments and all our own ideas and challenge our own thoughts.
Dude, I totally
shout
agree.
out to 9/11, man. It's 9/11, now it's just past it by 1 minute, but Shout
Yeah.
out to all the veterans, the firefighters, people who lost family, every American that has been affected by what happened 24
Yeah.
years ago.
It's crazy, man. And, it's nuts to sit here and think of all these terrible things that are overshadowing some of the biggest events in our lives, and the things that our government in Israel, that have happened to our country. Yeah, Anne Marie says, I am shocked by the verbal attacks coming from the left. Dude, I went through, thank you for coming through and hanging out, by the way. Look, I went through a bunch of videos just trying to emotionally detach myself from all this, and I was literally appalled and disgusted, but for some crazy reason not shocked about all the videos of these people literally celebrating the death of a 31-year-old father, the violent assassination and murder. Could you ever think, could you ever think of a situation where someone is violently murdered publicly and then making videos celebrating it?
Besides Bill Gates?
Besides a small group of people.
I probably would only publicly, maybe.
See, you know what? I get what you're saying. I don't think you would. I don't think you would. Because in the end, look, despite
massive terrorists, like this is the way I look at it. Charlie Kirk,
that's the only thing I
might
can
not like
think
his words, but he never created anything that got rid of tons of people on Earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like, I guess for me, I look at it that way. But like overall, like people that have words, like dude, like are you that upset over somebody's words? You disagree so much that you're like, I'm burning inside. I disagree.
They can't handle it.
Yeah.
But I still couldn't see myself, regardless, right? Like even when like we got on, a lot of times we talk about like military tactics and attacks and things like that, and we even do like wargaming stuff for people that are here that have no idea about our channels or anything. And we had a conversation about the Israel and Hamas pager situation, the Ukraine drone situation. Like we were going into detail talking about like military tactics, but none of us were like celebrating the death of anyone. I think that's in bad taste. Now, yeah, like okay, Saddam Hussein, absolute terrible, deplorable dirtbag, did the worst things imaginable, right? Like I would understand something like that. But someone like Charlie Kirk, because he said things you didn't like, because he said God created man and woman, right? Because he believed that no one should be able to lose their natural rights, that man can't take natural rights, that because he, spoke facts about statistics, that people just hated that so much. How could he say this hateful stuff? I'm blown away that they could just say, yeah, the things that they have said, like, dude, I saw videos where people are like, so something terrible happened today. A man named Charlie Kirk was shot and killed. I'm so torn up about it. Like, you human piece of trash. Like, how could you ever be excited? Your kid, first off, I was going to say your kids are going to see that. You probably don't have kids, you probably don't have a family, and you don't value life the same way. And clearly, by the way that certain people neutralize unborn babies, they don't value life. But this is something that I've been conflicted over, right? Because so often here I talk about how I'm frustrated by the powers that be bifurcating our country by political ideology and literally, deliberately, and intentionally creating just chaos and division based on thoughts, right? Someone's individual morals and values. And I've always said that the right and the left thing is fake. It is literally made up to cause division and chaos, and so many people are falling
But
for it.
yeah, some people are crazy enough to like fully believe that that is the identity of the world, that they're
Yes,
fully invested emotionally in that. By the way, not to make sure you know, I'm not being rude. I am literally finishing my work notes as we're doing this. I'm almost done with them, but
you're good. Do
I'm
your
still
thing,
wrapping
bro.
everything.
Well, do your thing, because as I'm sitting here conflicted about this, and I'm literally sitting here having conversations with myself, someone had shared a video with me, and it is from a super based. And look, you know what? Let me stop for a second. People are going to be pissed off because they think I'm not pissed off enough. People are going to be mad at me because I am not blaming the left, right? People are going to be, and it may have been them. It may have been Mossad. It may have been the CIA. It may have been, who knows, right? We don't know anything for sure.
I
All
think
we
we're being
know,
lied to completely about everything.
absolutely, right? And it's important that we all, check ourselves, and then when we, have these thoughts, check those thoughts and then develop them further and do more research and all that. But as I'm sitting here, like, trying to have some introspection and look within myself and find a way to say, I haven't been naive about the right and the left thing. It's hard for me because I am truly conflicted by it, because I do want to have hope in humanity, right? I came across this video that was sent to me actually by Fat Rooster. Shout out to Fat Rooster. And I want to play it. It is a video from a remarkably based Virginia delegate. And in the past, we've seen a couple of videos from him. I'm going to play the video, and then we're going to talk about it afterwards. It's about 12 minutes. So just chill, buckle up, and we're going to enjoy it together. And I am actually going to pause the music here, and we're going to go ahead and do the thing. Where is it? Boom, boom. All right, just hang tight for a segundo. Okay, so you guys may have seen this gentleman before. His name is Nick Freitas.
Not
Kinda
Nick
like-
Fuentes. Nick Freitas.
Not Nick Fuentes. Very different individual.
Very different.
This is the Virginia delegate. I'm just going to let it play. All right. It's about 12 minutes. Just chill, relax, enjoy it. And I want to hear what y'all's thoughts are on this afterwards. Okay. I value, like, you guys, something that you guys do really well is you guys provide a different perspective to me. And when I get trapped in my own little, vacuum of thought, I get to see what you guys say, and I get to reevaluate, what I'm thinking and look through a different lens. And I appreciate that and value that a lot. So let's listen to this together. And if we could, I'm going to have to mute while we do it so it doesn't echo through the mic. And
Rooster sent me this as well, and I've watched it, so I'm gonna enjoy watching it a second time to really like think about what he's
yeah,
saying here, 'cause
he makes a lot of excellent points. And also, I'm curious to see what you guys think about this too. So hang tight. I'm gonna go on mute and just kind of hang out, y'all.
Let's jump to that real quick, just so everyone has context of what I'm talking about. So I'll read this off. This was read my tweet. We'll put that one on there. So I'll tell you what the Speaker of the Virginia House of Delegates.
And actually, if we could, for the mods out there, if Kurt or anyone else is out there, if you could do me a favor and drop the whatchamacallit, the copyright notes, that'd be awesome. And just know that this video that we're going to be playing is the intention of it is to be used in good spirit, and it's to be used for reviewing and commenting on. It is not to just steal their content. We are making original content, watching his video, and we're going to have a conversation about it afterwards. So, yeah, don't hit me with a copyright strike, broski.
So this is what I said yesterday. And I waited on this because I waited on this. I prayed on it. And I was like, no, I believe this is true. So this is what I said. I said, I am told that as a state representative, this is the moment where I'm supposed to express my heartfelt condolences and then stand in solidarity with those on the other side of the aisle as we condemn political violence and stand unified as one people. But we aren't one people, are we? The truth is we haven't been for some time now. There is really...
All right, so I gotta just do a quick read through this. Kurt24, thank you, brother. This YouTube live stream may contain copyright material in accordance with the Fair Use Doctrine under U.S. copyright law. The content is intended for educational, commentary, and criticism purposes only. Enjoy. Thank you, brother. I should actually probably save that. Copy, paste, save. Thank you.
No point in pretending anymore if there ever was. We are two very different peoples. We may occupy the same piece of geography, but that is where the similarities seem to abruptly end. I convinced myself for a long time that whenever the left called me a racist, a bigot, a sexist, a fascist, a threat to democracy, for even the most innocent of disagreements, that it was simply hyperbolic rhetoric done for effect. And now the effect is a widow and 2 orphaned children because the left couldn't bear the thought of a peaceful man debating them and winning. I don't think they realize it yet, but murdering Charlie is going to be remembered as the day where we finally woke up to what this fight really is. It is not a civil dispute among fellow countrymen. It's a war between diametrically opposed worldviews which cannot peacefully coexist with one another. One side will win and one side will lose. Charlie tried to win that fight through argumentation, through discussion, through peaceful resolution of differences, and the other side murdered him. Not because he was extreme or inciting violence or any other hyperbolic slur they hurled at him. They murdered him because he was effective, because he was unafraid, because he inspired others and made them feel like they had a voice, that they were not alone. And he did it at the very institutions which have fomented so much hatred toward conservatives. I don't want to stand in solidarity with the other side of the aisle. I want to defeat you. I want to defeat the godless ideology that kills babies in the womb, sterilizes confused children, turns our cities into cesspools of degeneracy and lawlessness, and that murdered Charlie Kirk. Social media is aflame right now with leftist celebration of Charlie's death. I wonder if any among them understand what has just happened. If there is a Yamamoto somewhere in their midst warning that all they have done is awoken a sleeping giant. I doubt it. I think they gave up such introspection and self-awareness long ago. I don't know exactly what will happen next. I just know that it won't be the same as what has happened in the past. There will be thoughts and prayers. Charlie would have wanted prayers, not for himself, but for those left behind and for the country that he loved. But then there will be a reckoning. My Christian faith requires me to love my enemies and pray for those who curse me. It does not require me to stand idly by in the midst of savagery and barbarism, quite the opposite. So every time I feel tired, every time I feel discouraged or overwhelmed, I am going to watch the video of a good man being murdered in Utah. I will force myself to watch it, and then I will return to the work of destroying the evil ideology responsible for that and so much more. Rest with God, Charlie. Your fight is over. Ours is just beginning. So Don Scott decided that he was going to post this because of course he would. Yesterday, without any proof or facts, an elected delegate and member of the House of Delegates said these words, and the other side murdered him, speaking on the horrible murder of Charlie Kirk. Democrats I served with have denounced the horrific shooting and expressed our condolences to the family of Mr. Kirk. It is sad a Republican member of the Virginia House of Delegates would use these words. It's not a civil dispute among fellow countrymen. It's a war between diametrically opposed worldviews which cannot peacefully coexist with one another. I know Nick Freitas. I actually like Nick Freitas. He is a combat veteran. He wore the cloth of this nation. I admire his ability to connect with people, but on this one, he is wrong. He must be wrong, except that I'm not. I'm not. I've actually been in the legislature longer than you have, Don. And let me tell you something. I sat there and I remembered how it used to be. I remember when you used to be able to sit down and disagree with one another civilly. And yeah, there was still some outlandish comments that were made predominantly by your side of the aisle, but we were able to have those conversations. We were able to sit down in our offices and talk to each other as human beings. And then you know what happened, Don? You know what happened, Mr. Speaker? One day you guys got put in charge. I remember it. You won the House, you won the Senate. You had the governor's mansion, the attorney general's office, you had the lieutenant governors. And I watched what happened. It wasn't just the extreme legislation that came across. It wasn't just about trying to allow for abortion up to the point of birth or engaging in gun confiscation. It wasn't about doing all of the things that you promised us you didn't actually believe in. It was the way you treated us as individuals. It was almost as if our humanity was lost the moment you got power. Because after all, there's no reason to be nice to us anymore. You controlled the House. You controlled the committees. You controlled the governor's pen. I've watched. I have watched as the Democratic Party has fully embraced the oppressor-oppressed dynamic, the critical theory view of the world, the view of the world that says that you can bifurcate all of society into those that are evil by virtue of their position, by their race, by their sex, and those who are the victims. And whatever the victims have to do in order to achieve liberation, whatever they have to do to achieve decolonization, or whatever buzzword you're using right now, ultimately becomes justified. And then what do you do when somebody calls it out for what it is? You decide to spend more time and effort condemning my response, which didn't advocate for violence. I didn't murder someone. But once again, the real victims are always you guys, right? I have to tell you, I spent a fair amount of my life trying to come up with what I thought were good, comprehensive, coherent arguments. I remember spending time listening to the other side of the aisle express what they believed, reading through their arguments, listening to their arguments, engaging with their arguments. I remember believing that all I have to do is I have to understand their perspective and where they're coming from, and then try to be able to make the sort of points that will illustrate that we are both Americans, we're Virginians. We want all of our constituents to be happy, healthy, prosperous, and free. We just disagree on the way to get there. And if I could find that common humanity and I could find that common problem that we were trying to solve, well, then we could come together and solve it. I've said so as many times on the House of Delegates floor when I was being accused of the most vile of intentions without evidence or cause. And so I came to a conclusion, Mr. Speaker. I was wrong. We don't all want the same things. We don't all want our constituents to be happy, healthy, prosperous, and free. Or to the extent that we do, we have such diametrically opposed views on how that's going to happen that they cannot peacefully coexist. You tell me, Mr. Speaker, what world do we live in when your party is not killing babies up to the point of birth? You tell me, Mr. Speaker, what world do we live in where you are not handing chemical castration medicine over to gender-confused 10-year-olds? You tell me, Mr. Speaker, what world do we live in when you are not going to, every chance you get, try to disarm me and anybody that thinks like me? When? If you can answer that, I will entertain the idea that there is the possibility of these two worldviews peacefully coexisting. If you are actually willing to engage in a political philosophy which says, I will live and let live. But you're not. Every time you get power, you wield it. You wield it against the people that you see as your political enemies, and you tell all your constituents that we are evil, that we are fascist, that we are threats to their very civilization and existence. And then when they act on that, when they believe you, you act shocked. I will give you this much credit, Mr. Speaker. You are an intelligent man, and you are a cunning man, and I don't buy it anymore. For all the talk about the right inciting violence, Mr. Speaker, we're not murdering you. We're not murdering your speakers. We would stand by and universally condemn, prosecute, and imprison somebody that would do something like that. Whereas you would fight for opportunities to let them out early. You've already done it, right, Mr. Speaker? No. No, Mr. Speaker, this wasn't done to you, and me observing what has taken place is not devoid of facts or evidence, I assure you. It's come from very, very carefully following what has been taking place in our country over the last decade, beyond that even. I didn't want this. I wanted to believe. I wanted to believe that we were all, at our foundation, Americans. But we don't share the same worldview in the least bit. And to the extent we do, you seem completely unwilling to stop the elements of your party, the elements of your movement, the elements of your ideology from doing the most extreme and vile things. And so what am I supposed to do? Are we just supposed to take solace in the fact that you assure us that this is wrong and you don't believe it and you don't support it? Now, I think what you're all really upset about is that for the longest time, you were able to charm us into believing that you didn't really believe the extreme things you said about us. It was just for politics. It's just to win an election. Well, Mr. Speaker, whether you believe it or not, the people who listen to you do believe it, and they're willing to act on it, and they're willing to celebrate it. Now I'm going to say what I said at the beginning of this, because I not only owe it to God, I owe it to Charlie. I will not be overcome by evil, and I will diligently fight to overcome evil with good. I'll never advocate for the killing of innocent, no matter how much I disagree with them or their vile policies or their vile comments. It's not who we are. But do not expect us to go quietly into the night either. My faith does not obligate me to stand by and watch this take place.
So, I'd watched that before the show. You did as well. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that was, his hope and his time in politics, that he thought maybe some of this was just political rhetoric to win an argument. But I feel like from where I sit that I knew this was genuine, how they felt
Yeah.
for a long time. I mean, you look at the Patriot Act, you look at 9/11, you look at where they send our men, you look at what they do to our food, you look at the level of respect they have for their people in their society.
Our schools.
These people hate us. And we are the number one enemy. You know why? Because we don't care what they say. We're going to keep being 1776 patriots. And that is, they're going to hate that. They're not going to ever want that. No rulers want those kind of people because they're unruly. We have the spirit of freedom. We have the spirit of a warrior class. And we don't bow down to anybody but our God. Our rights are given by God. And what are they gonna do with people like us?
It can't be taken by man. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want people like us.
And B. Kelly, welcome to the show. You're not dealing with a bunch of Trump blowers, right? Like we all have our own issues with Trump, especially with what he did with, let's just call it our natural rights that are protected by the Second Amendment, things that he did and didn't do. So, trying to frustrate us by talking about Trump. Like we don't bow down to any man other.
You got the wrong two guys.
Yeah,
if you think we're blowing
and
the Trump horns.
yeah, and the wrong 100 people in chat. But either way, welcome. You know, I encourage you to hang out because, and this is the issue, right? Like, and I think um, I've been stuck in this place of like, hey, we can't fall for the trick of the chaos and the division of the right and the left, right? Like we can't fall in this trap. It is, two wings on the same bird, two heads of the same snake,
But
two
it is a
sides of the
real
same
threat.
coin. It is, and it's sad because like I guess like I'm sitting here like am am I wrong? Right? Like have I been wrong this whole time? And I'm torn about it, bro. Like because part of me wants to be pissed off, part of me wants to be like casting a blanket over particular people with particular thoughts and ideas, but then I feel like I'm just as bad as those individuals that are like, oh, these right-wing extremists that are MVEs, and if you own guns, or if whatever, right, you know the typical BS. But I'm torn about that because I do want to be pissed, but let's keep it real. None of us know that the person that pulled the trigger was a leftist extremist, right? None of us know anything. It could have absolutely been an op. That exfil. Okay, if there's one thing that I know about people that go out to do something like this, and we've seen this in history time and time and time again, where this is the one thing that they do, that it is the hill that they're willing to die on, right? You look at anyone that's committed some type of mass tragic event, they become that thing. The movie theater shooter, right? The Columbine shooters, the Christchurch shooter, the Sutherland Springs shooter, that becomes them, right? So if this individual was truly just some lone wolf that wanted to do that one thing to shut Charlie Kirk up, then why did they want to get away, right? Like why didn't they want to stand on business and become what every other mass tragic event, whatever,
Well,
mass shooter,
you
whatever
see these
become.
lefties celebrating Charlie, they would be celebrating him, and he's
For sure.
obviously doesn't want that notoriety.
Yeah.
So it seems
But
like
why
it
would he
was
exfil like that though? You know what I'm saying?
because, in my opinion, this was a special operation. I don't believe this was just some average guy sitting at his house watching Charlie Kirk videos who just decided to go on a suicide mission. I think he knew the moment that shot fired, people ducked, and everyone was distracted to take off. I think he might have been laying up there since the night before or longer. I think that I'm not even sure if he is the shooter, to be honest with you. I have seen videos and I could pull them up, but the whole time I was looking for the bullet flying through the air. Okay.
Mhm.
And I've only found one video that looks like a bullet flying through the air, and it's coming from behind him.
I
Now,
saw that.
I'm not saying that I know anything, but we've had 4 suspects. We've had a lot of misdirection. We've had a
Yeah.
lot of gossip about airplanes disappearing.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of stuff.
The
And
ring, the ring, the
yeah,
ring.
the
Yo,
ring,
can I clear that up real quick?
the shirt doing this and then
Yeah.
covering
Yeah.
his whole face. Like, I mean, it's all of it is weird, is really weird right now.
And a lot
But
of it is likely disinformation, misinformation, distraction tactics,
well,
or
what's weird to me is you're talking about how many people were there, and honestly, I've only seen 3 videos. The distance video, the video to the left, and the
the
video
close
that's
one.
kind of close up, straightforward. Those are
Yeah.
the only 3 videos.
I've seen others. They're just
I haven't.
what happens is with algorithms, certain videos get traction and they end up in
Well,
front of
I've
more
tried
ads.
searching on X. I'm like raw footage of Charlie Kirk.
Dude,
Uh,
there's a video that is like an hour and 14 minutes long of this dude that was live streaming the entire event. And actually, I kind of have some negative feedback for him because he was more worried about capturing the event than he was checking on his family during what all he knew is that a shot cracked off. And anyway,
But some of the footage is weird, like the one where they're standing in that glass room behind Charlie and they catch the guy run across.
yeah.
Like who's just like no one moves. They're filming.
It's strange. It's strange,
Right.
but also believable in like, okay,
I mean,
so I
yeah.
believe that someone could have been filming, and then like the shot is going to reverb through the glass slower, so he probably already took the shot, stood up, shoved the gun down his pants, and started running. And if they just swept to like dive or run or go, it's
Well,
believable,
it
but
goes
it's
from
concerning.
left to right, and the people to the right, there's like two ladies down at the end on this table with their backs turned. They didn't even know anything
Chilling.
was happening.
Yeah,
They
they're
didn't know
chilling.
nothing was
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's that look, this is the difficult thing about having these discussions when this is so fresh, right? Because what I want to do, look,
Mhm.
I am not the arbiter of truth when it comes to news, all right? And I hope all of you out there know that what I am saying is I am here to say I don't know, right? Like I'm not here to give you any more information than you have at all. And I don't think Red Dawn is here to do the same either.
No.
But if we can have conversations that challenges your typical thought process and provokes thought in you to be like, that's weird. We've had all these things happen over the past few years. It would make sense to have a rifle with a bunch of, pro-trans stuff all over it. And like the Buffalo shooter type stuff is appearing on a bunch of rifles later on. It's like, yeah, that's a little suspect.
It's been in probably 10 events where
Yeah.
they're
Constant.
all writing the same shit on there. Like
Yeah.
they call their BlackRock handler and they're like, "What am I supposed to write on here again?"
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
The Amazon didn't deliver the silver Sharpies, bro. Like, well, what should I do? Whiteout pen? Okay. It's super suspect. And it's like, okay, the easiest thing would be like Nick Freitas. I agree with like the principles of what he is talking about.
100%.
And I also am hesitant to then go regurgitate that to people that are listening to us that are then going to go be pissed off and God forbid, do something crazy or whatever, right? Like we have a responsibility to acknowledge the condition that we are in and then be cautious with our actions, right? It's the same thing like we talked about with white card, yellow card, orange card, red card. You react based on the condition of your environment, okay? And if you're in a situation, and I'm also not giving them a pass either, but it's too easy.
Just make it count. If you're gonna, this is my viewpoint on it. If
Mhm.
you had some built up energy, whoever this person was, right? Which I think that I think it goes all the way up.
People, yeah.
Charlie Kirk, and I haven't even really got to talk about Charlie because I came in a little late, but prayers to Charlie Kirk's family, to
For
his
sure.
wife and his
100%.
kids, and
Terrible.
all of us that really had love for Charlie, because Charlie
Mhm.
was one of us. He spoke like us. He may not always agreed. We may not always agree. I think he's a little younger than me and you. So
Mhm.
he also had a lot of success and a lot of support from a lot of different areas that it probably was apprehensive for him to just instantly speak out against some of these things. But on the other hand, it's like what happened is a massive tragedy, and
Yeah.
Charlie is the voice. Charlie, I said this in my live stream last night, man. Charlie was the best of us. The way he carried himself, the way he talked,
Mhm.
the example he set was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal person that many
Yeah.
youth look up to, that many people should look up to.
He was the premier voice in the country on Jesus,
Yeah.
literally
modern day
finding
Billy Graham.
salvation. Yeah, finding salvation in Christ, and also coming from a place like we've talked about this like a billion times with like labels, and it's like the only label that I even kind of remotely feel comfortable with is Christian constitutionalist conservative, and I'm a little iffy on the conservative part because it whatever, but
I
it's
like conservationalist.
Yeah, right. Like I feel more comfortable with that,
Yeah,
But
because I just
man,
want to
it's
conserve the Constitution. I'm not conserving what the conservatives want to conserve, which is, I don't know what. I think massive tax breaks, and which I'm actually for. I'm not for taxes at all. So whether you're rich or poor, I
yeah,
think no one should pay taxes.
facts.
But I
This is
mean,
an interesting thing. So, and this is my bad. I'm not trying to throw you for
you're
a
good.
squirrel loop. DLD After Dark. Some shooters seem to be using logos, etc., to troll investigators and the public with false leads. This is exactly what we're talking about. That it
Yeah,
would be so easy for anyone to be like conservative Christian constitutionalist is shot and killed, and there's pro-trans stuff written on, engraved on, spray painted on, whatever, right? Like it's the easiest thing in the world because it's investigation over. We know that this was a leftist extremist that did this, right? Which would be the perfect cover up if someone or some organization or government or whatever. And I know some of y'all, you're like, all right,
they said the bullets were engraved with trans
they
something
said,
ideology. First of all, who engraves brass?
I
Like
mean, you got to
like
use
with an engraver? Like
no, you like they would probably be literally taking like a razor blade to it, like a husky razor blade,
it's
and like
round, bro. You're gonna cut yourself, bro. It's
I,
gonna
bro,
slip.
I could do it right now with a 5.56 round,
It's
like
gonna look pretty shoddy.
we all know that we're also Dremel Smiths here too, right? Like so, I'm just saying, but it would be so easy. So I would encourage you guys, like someone else said, like true patriots are done with this, literally like charging their rifles and ready to hold the line. But I would
I feel
encourage
like we
you,
should have been that way well before this.
yeah, this is just literally and
Icing on
God
top.
bless Charlie and his family and my God, his kids, dude. Oh, and that's the disgusting thing, seeing these people celebrate the death of a husband and a father who always was talking about the impact and wreckage of fatherless homes, whose
Mhm.
kids now are going to grow up in a fatherless home, right? Like that is the ultimate bitter ending to this. But now, like you said before, he's immortalized now.
Mhm.
Like they've made an immortal out of him. So good job. But how terrible would it be if and this is like with any type of conflict or war, right? How terrible would it be if you got spun up and you got played and you were ready to charge your rifle and attack the wrong enemy because you were manipulated?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't be like them. They're stupid. Like
Yeah,
who goes to schools? Who goes to churches? These people are retarded, in my opinion. And sorry for the language, but it's infuriating because if you want to have a battle, if you want to stop going after weak, stupid people. Like that's not how war is fought. You don't.
yeah,
You're a scummy war fighter if you go after like what are you the ones over there blowing up hospitals and elementary like that's
yeah.
not how that's if you
That's
have
soft.
something
That's soft.
burning in your heart that's not the kind of stuff you do at all ever.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not a warrior, you're a psychopath.
Yeah. Yeah, and there is no, if this is the one event that's got you charging your rifle, then you're mad late to the party because, this just happens to be an additional straw on an additional camel with an additional back. You know what I mean? Like
And
this
it's a big one.
yeah,
Big one.
dude, and I am not trying to downplay the situation. This is terrible, and the question shouldn't be how do we get the left back for what they're doing? It should be who murdered him. We don't know. We don't know.
We're never
And
gonna know.
you are potentially being played to believe that it's some leftist extremist, like we don't know anything
We still
yet.
don't know JFK, we still don't know MLK.
Yeah, wow,
So like I mean bro, how many years y'all want to go? I mean
that
we're
was
not.
the United States government, bro, straight up. And interestingly enough, do you know
Was it? Was it
what kind?
only them? Was it
I don't think it
co-op?
was only them, but you know who else? You know what firearm was used when they shot MLK in the face?
44
30
Magnum?
six.
30-06. Oh.
30-06. They tend to like those 30-6s, bro. And also, it was interesting. I think you were the one that actually brought this to my attention, that he was actually alive on scene. He was shot in the mouth with a 30-6, and then he was actually visited by men in the hospital,
Yeah.
and then was later pronounced dead after 3 men in business suits walked in to check on his well-being.
Yeah. I mean,
Nothing to see
listen, man. What do you? Oh, it's so crazy. I mean, dude, this goes all the way to the top. The thing is, guys, is the answer is each other. Like,
here. Yeah.
if you're
Community.
gonna turn to something, it's turn towards each other and build each other up, so that we don't become forgotten. Because this isn't the only threat out there. I mean,
Oh, no.
like when you're talking about this situation, like we are being infiltrated on every front in every way, culturally, spiritually. I mean, you got the leftists, you have Sharia law being trying to propose in America under our constitution and our like
Yeah.
they want to destroy. And I think Charlie Kirk was the one that said this, was a country is its people, its place, and its ideology. And when you take those three, and he used a P word for that, the 3 Ps. But
Mhm.
when you start to remove those three, when you replace the people, when you change the what everything looks like, that's one of the reasons why they want to tear down statues. I mean,
Yeah.
that's Marxist 101 is
Yeah.
change what everything looks like, change the people, change the culture, and
Yeah.
bam. So
Statues, books, teachers, that's literally that's 101. Man,
so
and I want to have a direction to place this anger in. I'm not talking about acting out, right? But I want to feel vindicated in like I am okay being mad at this no matter what, okay? You're still allowed to be mad at the extreme left that is doing all of those things that was mentioned earlier in the video, right? Like, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it's hard for me to say anything like that and not feel like I'm getting played by the United States government partnering with all these technology companies, pushing this in our faces. Like, why are they not controlling the algorithm now? Why are they pushing all of this in our faces? Why are they? I don't. This is just all weird, man. I don't trust it.
took down. I had the video of, I think not Charlie. This was the video of the girl that happened the day before, and I mean,
Oh,
within 5
dude.
minutes, 5 minutes they took it down.
We can't forget about that.
They're radicalizing stuff, man. Like the guy is saying that he's got someone controlling. They put stuff in his body that's controlling him. I mean, they say he's a schizophrenic, so I mean, who knows what's going on anywhere. The problem is like, dude, this is not 2001. This is not 9/11, 2001, okay? AI is out of control. The level of technology that we're facing is otherworldly, okay? The crafts, the holograms, the stuff that nobody knows what's being put in them over the last few years, like what they have going on in the shadows is highly intelligent. Okay. It may be super wicked, but it's highly intelligent. And this is why we desperately all need each other. I've been saying the same thing for a long time because I know this is what can happen, what will happen, what's going to happen, and it's going to get much worse. So, I mean, the one thing I would say is when it comes to Charlie Kirk, the one thing that we all need to channel this energy into is being the better person that he talked about, being the better father, the better Christian, the better example, being better with our words, being better with our time, channeling it into something positive that creates change, that people look at you and can see a person that they want to be like. That's what Charlie was. He inspired millions. And he probably would have been one of our presidents. He probably would have been the greatest, most Christian president we ever had. And that's probably why he's not with us anymore, because he amassed amount of power that politicians owed him, because Turning Point USA was also what's the word that helps bring candidates up and and helps their campaign.
Oh yeah, like I don't know exactly what I mean. Campaigning, lobbying, like all sorts of stuff
Lobbying.
like that. Yeah,
So because so many owed, like Charlie would have walked into that White House. I mean,
yeah,
he created this movement. Now, you think with that amount of power, you think that the team over there on the other side that's causing chaos everywhere in the East Middle is not seeing that as a threat if this man changes his ideology, which seems like he slowly was. And that was probably even challenging for him, but as a Christian, he
yeah,
couldn't hold it. He couldn't hold back true words, because no
dude.
matter if
Yeah,
you put money in his pocket or not, eventually you get to the level of FU money. And as a Christian, if you have FU money and you believe in Christ, you're going to say some things that are going to offend a lot
yeah.
of people.
It's interesting, man. I and all of us have commented on this in some way. Black Diamond Josh was, what's up, brother? Good to see you.
Good to see you,
All of
Josh.
us have commented that we have been seeing more people come to Christ over the past few years than ever before. We've been seeing more, super based Christian youth, right? We've and it's and not only that, but people that are faith based that are arming themselves and right, like selling their cloak and buying a sword, right? And as I'm sitting here reflecting on all this, I'm like, could it have been that organizations like Turning Point that were going to the literal places that were poisoning the minds of the youth and changing the way they looked at things, right? Like switching the narrative. Like I cannot think of an organization that was making more of an impact than Turning Point USA, Charlie Kirk, and from all perspectives, from conservatism, Christianity, and natural rights, right? But the thing is that literally Charlie Kirk had echoed this. I forgot who the original quote was from, but he had echoed that his belief in free speech, that even if he disagrees with your point, he would fight and die for your right to say it. And unfortunately, he literally did. And as we're like having this conversation, the people of opposing views are not going to be sitting here having these conversations talking about, well, is it a reasonable, logical, emotionally sound thing to be mad at people on the other side? Just ask yourself for a second, does that sound like something that people of opposing views are going to sit down and do and say, you know what, should I think about, am I being played by the government? They trust the government. Am I being played by the media? They trust the media. Am I being played by whatever? They're not going to have this conversation. So regardless of where this comes from, where this goes, like regardless of all this, you all need to make sure you understand, you're not protected. You are your protection. You need to
Facts.
make sure that you stay strapped, that you stay trained, that you make sure that you operate on the white, yellow, orange, red. And you should only be operating on a white card when you're literally in your living room chilling with your family. And by the way, you should still be strapped.
Even then, it's like off-white.
Yes, exactly. It is, you are blending between white and yellow, right? And for people that don't know, it's, white is basically, relaxed, guard down, chilling. Yellow is aware of your surroundings and a keen awareness to, what's going on around you. And orange is high probability of conflict and some type of interaction. And red is immediate.
Beep.
Yeah. Shooter ready. Do you understand the course of fire? Like it's immediate, right away, go time. And the reason I'm saying this is because while regardless of everything going on, and God bless Charlie Kirk and his soul and his family, the one thing we can say is that we know, provided that, because only Christ knows his heart, provided that he was truly the man that he seemingly was, I believe that he's likely in heaven. Okay. And that is one of the few things that I can say is, providing some comfort in all this, right? But what's not providing comfort is the fact that his family will be living in a fatherless home. I know they'll be good. I know they'll be taken care of, but that is just terribly sad. In addition to all of this that we're talking about, I don't want that to, just kind of, be forgotten.
Well,
But
I
we,
got one thing to add about the left.
all right, real quick. We always talk about preparation, and we always talk about that keen awareness, right? We always talk about making sure that you're armed and that you're still a very kind, caring, compassionate, loving person that's also ready to, at the drop of a dime, at that beep, that it's go time if need be, right? You also need to make sure, because you never know what those people of opposing beliefs may do or not do. You need to make sure that you're set on water, food, shelter, security, and all subcategories of those things. So take the time to make sure that you're right, that you got a great relationship that you're good with God, that you have a great relationship with Jesus, and you continue to take yourself to the Word, study the Word, that you're good, that you're armed, that you're safe, that your family is safe, be ready to preserve life, and be making sure that you are focused on water, food, shelter, security. That's my thing. My apologies. Yes, go back to the left.
So yeah, I mean, I'll piggyback on that real quick. Is like, dude, you're not a warrior without a supply line. Simple as
Yeah.
that. You don't
Mhm.
you can't sustain yourself. You're not fighting very long. You're going to turn into a stray cat. So absolutely, water, shelter, security, medical as well. I mean, every form of sustainment, you should be considering how can you do that independently without the sake of, money could be inflating and supplies can be disappearing. So you need to be ready and be prepared to be your own supply line and sustainment.
Yeah.
But going back to the left is like, how mad should we be at the left? Or let me ask all you guys a question, okay? If you were in a zombie apocalypse, okay, and your cousin became a zombie, right? Are you mad at the zombies? Are you mad at him for turning into a zombie? These people are zombies. They don't question the narratives. They don't question whether or not what they believe is correct. So that's what they are. They are the Foot Clan. They're not the main boss at the end of the pattern, or I don't know what they call it nowadays. We called it different back in the day under Nintendos and Game Boys. But
The last level, like
yeah,
that kind of
they're
thing.
not the last level boss, right? They're not the ones pulling the strings. They're not the Shredder. They're the Foot Clan, okay? And they're these lost souls that are zombies that, yes, if they get in your way, according to the laws, follow all laws. You always have the right to defend yourself and protect your life. But
Mhm.
like channeling our anger towards the zombie horde is like, to me, fruitless.
Yeah.
Okay. And I get being prepared for the zombie horde. You should
Yeah.
always be ready for the zombie horde. But
Mhm.
being emotionally attached and angry at them for being zombies, like, I'm not saying that they can't control it because they're not full zombies. They can control it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the final boss. That's right, Maringo. But why spend all of your energy being angry at the zombies? That is my mindset of it. It's that simple for me.
Yeah.
Supply lines, zombies, final boss. And it's that simple. Like
Yeah.
it has become like, maybe I grew up playing games like this, but I break it down to that simple of an explanation.
Yeah.
And we have each other. We can tag each other in. We
Mhm.
can go to each other for advice. So I
And
mean,
in
I
the
do
end,
think bad things are coming though.
you
Bad
know,
things.
I agree. And in the end, we also have something that's more powerful than anything they could ever imagine with it, which is faith. Having faith in Christ, there is absolutely no way that your heart doesn't change, right? Like, it is the most powerful thing that you will ever experience. Now, I like that like metaphor, because it's, you don't get mad at the zombies. You may get frustrated about the zombies, or like, man, we're running through ammo, bro. Like, you may get frustrated, but the real trick is, how do you stop the spread of the infestation or infection? And you know who found a great way to at least slow it?
Charlie
was
Kirk.
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
And look what happened. So I honestly, the thing that we should do is, like, everyone's saying, like, I'm Charlie Kirk, we're all Charlie Kirk. Be Charlie Kirk. Go start a channel. Go start, go out there and preach the truth. And I'm talking like good, sound, reasonable conversations. Not look, whatever you got to do behind the closed doors of your own house to make sure that you're good, ready, prepared, and pissed. Getting pissed off is not going to help anything at all. I am pissed off. I am angry. I am sad. I am heartbroken. I'm so many things right now. It's difficult to like balance all of this, but in the end, the only thing that we can do is be awake, be prepared, be armed, and going back, what I should have said first is do our best to be as Christ-like as we possibly can, and then be all of those other things as well. But don't let this like get you jaded. And because remember how I close every single show, right? And you know what? I'll say it right now. Rule number one is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief interaction that you have with somebody else could have a massive impact on their life. So be kind. Rule number two is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed, because the hand that's open to give is open to receive. And rule number three, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence. Make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. And those simple things right there, do you understand how much of a difference that sets the us and them up? We're not better than anyone. We're not claiming to be better than anyone. We're just choosing to silently take the moral high ground. Do I know that that's the best route? No, I don't, because you know what? We have people like Crowder, Tim Pool, Alex Jones, all these people that, like, and I'm not saying I disagree with them, like even Nick Freitas, right? Like, they're all already publicly saying to millions and millions of people, the left killed Charlie, the left killed Charlie, the left killed Charlie. People are coming in, random people are coming in my chat saying, we are ready to charge our rifles and hold the line. We have to remember, you can be a warrior and be prepared without being a liability and a risk for the senseless. Like, I'm talking like the media is spinning you, maybe, and it's a little too early to start loading up your mags and taking action. But your mags should already be loaded anyway.
If you don't win that time, everyone's losing their weapons.
It just may not be the time,
real quick, the court of public opinion says 40% of adults work for the government. I'm not sure if it's totally 40% of adults, but I'm going to take your word for it on this comment. 40% are on welfare. America is literally in a socialist downward spiral. What I was going to say even earlier is we are the minority, y'all. And what they did to Charlie, they would do to any one of us. And that is why you must be prepared at all times. Mm-hmm. And this is a sign. They didn't do this to Charlie. They knew when they did this that it was a spit down the face of everybody that supported Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
And it's coming. They want to poke you and antagonize you to get you to do something stupid.
Yeah.
So that they can continue the slaughter. Now,
this is straight up the persecution of Christians.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, just real quick. Reeshard says, you can have faith and believe in God while also tolerating trans people. It's not up to me to judge them or do God's job. 100%. All of us are tolerant. Well, I can't speak for everyone, but we're all, and let me know if I'm wrong, Red Dawn, we're all tolerant of trans people. It is not our job or responsibility to judge anyone, but we're also going to speak the truth from what we believe that the word of God says, right?
I expect them to be tolerant that I disagree with their ideology.
Exactly. And we also care about them, love them, and want to see them living a good, like, whole life. Yeah. Like, so it's not that, look, do I disagree with a lot of the people with opposing views, because I hate just labeling them the left, right? Plus the left is deep, right? So you're talking left, fiscally, economically left, socially left, extreme left. There's so many different like things evolving in that. So we'll just say people of opposing views, okay?
Mhm.
I cannot sit here and judge them at all based on anything. Can I say that I disagree with things? Can I say that, the rainbow has been taken and used to support sodomy instead of God's promise that he will never flood the world again? Can I say that, certain things have been taking place? If we do report on something and say, hey, this shooter was reportedly or allegedly transgender or whatever, right? Like I don't personally see anything wrong with that, but there's not going to be judgment casted on a person, and tolerance isn't the issue. It's the fact that if someone says that they disagree with something, that is now a personal judgment and offense on the other people. They believe that that is a judgment and offense on them, when it may just be someone disagreeing with something.
For sure.
That's all I'm saying. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I mean, you must be wise as serpents and gentle as doves, says the Lord.
Boom.
And that is
I-
something that we really need to. I'm going to say this. I saw a great verse, a great video by someone on Instagram, and I reposted it. It's under my reposts. But we need to become versed in the Word of God right now.
Yeah.
Christ could be returning in not too distant future. He could return tomorrow, for all I know. But
literally right now, we never know.
You need to put that oil in the lamp and keep it in the lamp. You need to be burning on fire for God first, more than anything else.
Yeah.
And this might be a verse that I was going to save it to the end, but I just want to say it. This is something that we may not want to hear this verse. And I don't think anyone who feels the way that we feel right now does want to hear this verse. But this is Romans 12:19 that says, "My dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written that vengeance is mine. I will repay, said the Lord." And, that is us not turning into them. You can defend yourself, but we don't turn into them. And you must know these things. You must have God's words in your heart talking to you, because other things will come into your mind. Other things will be spoken into your heart. And it also says the heart is desperately wicked, and who can know it? And that is not a place for us in what we believe, in a space that we should occupy. I do feel that we should stick together, and if one messes with one of us, they mess with all of us. But we still take that approach of, you do not seek vengeance. You defend. Yeah. Defending is much different than seeking vengeance.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah, it's an excellent point. I think that's a good place as any to wrap it up on. We're just about to hit the 2-hour mark. So I appreciate that. I think it's important for all of us to hear. And this is a logical downstream result of this made-up hate speech rhetoric. It's a path to criminalizing messages that don't fit the intended narrative. Totally agree, Ground Fog. And the reality is that if let me think of the best way to say this. So I may not be appropriate. I'll say this. There's always going to be plans and agendas and narratives that are going to be pushing you, because the world is literally run or influenced by the devil. And it's important that, like Red Dawn said, we stay strong in Christ, and just remember that they can kill the messenger They can't kill the message. We need to continue carrying the torch and do the good work that Charlie Kirk was doing. And we could just wrap it up on that.
Absolutely, man. Prayers again out to Charlie Kirk and his family. I pray that he is received the welcome that we all wish to receive, which is a good job, my faithful and good servant. And I think he did receive that. And
Yeah.
you know, I pray that all of us receive that one day, and that, you know, we all stick together and remember all the things that we try to repeat over and over again. Is just stay ready, stay prepared, and keep the faith.
And on that note, especially with Psalm Courier being here, Psalm 116:15, when we're thinking of the terrible atrocity, what was done, someone sent Charlie Kirk home to Jesus, right? And I want you guys to remember Psalm 116:15 says, "Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints." So Charlie Kirk was an evangelist, right? He spread the word of God and his faith in Christ. And there's a video that I just watched of someone literally saying, "So if I was to be shot and I were to have 30 seconds to live, what would you tell me in those last 30 seconds of my life?" And Charlie Kirk had said that you are about to meet the ultimate judgment of God. And that, you know, the only way to make it right, it doesn't matter your works, the things that you've done, the moral scorecard, like all of that stuff doesn't matter if you do not have faith in your Savior, Jesus Christ. And that was like, boom. I mean, spot on. And then literally within the same video, it went to another video where someone had said, if you were to be gone, what do you want to be remembered for? And he said, it would, like, if I were to die? And he said, yes. He said, if I were to die, what I would want to be remembered for is my courageous faith in Christ. So those are the important things to remember. I didn't want to have a show that just egged people on and pissed people off and you know, felt like we were banding together to all yell at the left, and the left did all this stuff, and the left is killing us, and the left is you just like Red Dawn just said. What is it? Where is it in the Bible? Wise as serpents and
I think
was it
Romans,
precious as doves? Like
wise as serpent and gentle as doves.
gentle as doves. Thank you. Man, that is very important that we remember that right now. And it would be so easy.
Matthew 10:16.
Matthew 10:16. Thank you. It would be so easy to just pile on to the same dumpster fire and blame someone. I mean, some random group of people that are being blanketed, right? Like, and I'm not saying that they're innocent, and it's also not our job or responsibility to cast that judgment. But what you can do is control yourself and what you choose to do and how you choose to act. And if you got anything else to close on, then go ahead and lay it on them, and then we'll wrap up. And I'll remind you guys my personal recommendation of how we should choose to be and choose to act.
So, I mean, I'll finish that verse, Matthew 10:16. It says, "Behold, I have sent you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." And we are amongst wolves, and we are his sheep to the greatest shepherd who has the almighty power. And they are sheep to something different, but they are also wolves. And you can also be a wolf when it's time for you to be the wolf. I know that's a lot of animal references there, but
We got a whole
at the
zoo.
end of the day, yeah, you guys know what I mean. And stay strong,
Yeah.
guys. If you guys need anything, you guys all know how to reach me. I appreciate every single one of you. I'll be live tomorrow night on Rumble at probably 11:30 on Rumble. So yeah, I want to show some videos and show some stuff that I can't show on YouTube. I really appreciate all of you guys, man. And absolutely, man, keep peace in your heart. Like, you guys can see how broken up I am about all of this, because I have a raging fire burning inside of me. And I'm going to channel that in positive directions. So appreciate all you guys always supporting and showing me some love. And Dark, thank you for having me on. As always, it's always an honor, man. So
Yeah,
on to
man,
the
it's
next one.
great to have you on as always, and I appreciate you and you guys out there in chat grounding me. And it's funny, right? I want you guys to recognize this, right? Like, it's important that all of us choose to be the difference, right? And I'm not trying to like be like, oh, Gandhi, be the difference you choose to see in the world or whatever. I'm saying be that difference. When we were bashing on the left and playing that video, there was like 112 to 100 and plus people in here, right? When we're talking about personal responsibility and having a close relationship with Christ and not charging your rifle and understanding defense versus offense and all that, and all of a sudden there's only under 70 people in here. So it is the minority of people that are going to use that careful selection and thinking clearly and using the discernment that God has given you to make wise decisions. And I'm glad that we had an open dialogue, and I'm glad that we even had people that came in that disagreed with us, that we just welcomed them in and said, hey, who knows, stick around, you may feel differently, right? Like, I love them people come in and insult Trump and think that we're going to be like, how dare you? He's our leader.
Suicide Squad, y'all. But we're on a different mission. We're on a different cause. So I think the other verses, those two who seek to keep their life will lose it, and those who will lose their life for me will find it. So don't forget these things, man. There is so much wisdom beyond our quick, impulsive thoughts. So think bigger and be better.
That's interesting. He says there's 104 viewers in here. Mine says 66 people in here. That's crazy. But I also am totally happy to say that I'm wrong as well. And if there are more people in here that are willing to, hold the line by not taking action and by, having a great relationship with Christ, so you don't have the, I didn't know you conversation, then I'm super based. Love it. Look, guys, I encourage all of you guys to go subscribe to Red Dawn Readiness. I encourage you guys to come around here more often. Subscribe if you choose to. If you got any value, or if you feel anything inside of you that's saying, you know what, maybe I should not jump to being pissed off, and I should give some critical thought to, the things that I'm being told, because I shouldn't just believe everything that the media, including alt media, delivers to you. I would encourage you guys to subscribe if you choose to. Also, if you're here and you're still here 2 hours and 7 minutes in, shout out to you, and hit the like button for your boy. All right, let YouTube know that that we're doing our thing and we're keeping good audience retention over here. And in the end, guys, it is so important, especially with everything else going on right now. We haven't talked about the other subway thing tonight. We've talked to the last show about it. We haven't talked about what's going on in Chirac right now. I mean, we literally could end up in the next 2 days before the next show. We could literally be ending up in a literal all-out civil war, and I mean, who knows, right? Man, if the folks in Chirac just choose to grab their Glocks with switches and go up against the United States military, I mean, I would give more credit to folks like us that got full kit, that got night vision, that got training,
veterans.
Yeah, what I'm
they
saying?
may have a few veterans, but they're probably cracked out.
Yeah. Vietnam vets. Anyway,
this is not Nepal, y'all. This is not the Nepal government.
Yeah, very, very
Don't
different.
get it twisted.
Y'all remember? I saw a guy actually talking about this. He was like, y'all don't even know where the real guns come from. And I was like, that's true. That's true. You know, we're talking like what, 170 millimeter. Anyway, all right. But I also think that the government should absolutely not ever be mobilized against people and all. So that's a whole nother conversation. Anyway, guys,
Sure.
look, regardless of what's going on, regardless of who is in the Oval Office, it is so important that you remember, especially with things like this going on, that we are literally engaged in a culture war. So it's important that you take on the role of being a culture warrior. And I would encourage all of you guys to continue working on yourself. Self-growth and development is the most important thing, next to being right with God and a great relationship with Jesus. And if anyone out there has any questions about like what does that look like to, you know, get right with God or to build a close relationship with Jesus, hit me up, hit up Red Dawn, hit up Flying Rich, hit up BDGG Josh, hit any of the homies. Like, we're all happy to talk about it at any time. And we need to continue the good, healthy, positive work that people like Charlie were doing, especially in his absence. And during these times, we need to make sure that we're becoming better leaders, better spiritual leaders of our households, leaders within our communities, leaders within our church, and always striving to do better and be better. And the only way that we can do that is by actually having metrics of which to measure by. So I like to, you know, set up rules, right? And some of the rules I like to share with you guys are: rule number 1 is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That poop duty. My bad. Love you, Drewski. Is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief interaction that you have with somebody else could have a massive impact on their life. So be kind, please. Rule number 2 is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed, because the hand that's open to give is open to receive. And rule number 3, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence, make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. And yes, shop at Definition Knives for some great EDC cutlery, all under $100, actually $59 to $79. Currently free shipping as well. So
If you don't buy it, you're gonna die.
You're gonna die. We're right on the cusp right now. And the number one thing you need to do before the S, H is the TF, or H is TF, is to shop at Definition Knives. I'm just kidding. We're not those guys. All right. Anyway, love y'all. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Christ is King. Never forget that. I am so, yes, for sure. And there's going to be more on that later, so keep an eye out on that. And honestly, after being pissed off, I feel a little bit better, right? I'm going to channel that energy, like Red Dawn said, and put it into something positive, growth-oriented tasks. And I feel better after we came down and like sat and just talked about it, even though I think Israel may have killed Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. Thank you so much. Why did it take 6 hours for Israel to respond on October 7th? I love y'all. Take it easy. We'll catch you on the next one.
I'm almost too mad to do the show at this point. In fact, I just need to walk out of here. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Interesting. Yo, my computer literally just froze up, my G.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Love y'all. Why can't I play my intro, bro? For real? I can't play my outro, bro?
They're all lying to us, y'all. Don't believe nothing
They
say.
are. They all are.
They're
It's all
trying to
a lie.
round up your emotions. Charlie wouldn't want that out of any of us. So.
No, for sure. Yo, this is so weird. I guess I can play this one. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Take it easy. Peace.